Hello everyone, this is Colors Fade from SaverQuit.com. Today we're going to take a look at Rebel Galaxy Outlaw, an arcade-style space sim game from developer Double Damage Games. Check out the link in the description below for the full review. For now, here's a quick overview. In Rebel Galaxy Outlaw, you play Juno Markev, a woman down on her luck. Her husband died at the hands of a mercenary named Ruth, aka Ruthless. In the game's opening cutscene, she tracks him down on a remote planet, but her revenge goes horribly wrong. After a dogfight in space, she finds herself on the losing end, and thus begins your adventures in Rebel Galaxy Outlaw. The game itself is a colorful, arcade-style space sim with a focus on trading, smuggling, and bounty hunting. Players accept missions and use credits to upgrade the various components on their ship like weapons and shields. The bulk of the gameplay is spent in the cockpit of the player's starship. Technically, Rebel Galaxy Outlaw is a sequel to the 2015 game Rebel Galaxy, made by the same studio, Double Damage Games. However, it's far more accurate to say that what Rebel Galaxy Outlaw really is a true spiritual successor to the 1992 game Privateer, made by Origin Systems. The gameplay in Rebel Galaxy Outlaw is exactly like it was in the 1992 title. Everything in the game, from the mission board to the commodities board to even the galactic map, are basically modeled on the same designs as the original Privateer game. The core of the gameplay, the dogfighting in space, is really well done. Explosions are really satisfying, for instance. The gameplay is fast-paced and frenetic, and it works really well with a controller or a joystick. In fact, a joystick is kind of optimal for it. Now, if there's a problem with the game at all, it's in the cockpit itself. It obscures quite a bit of the view, and this can make it really hard to track targets. Unfortunately, there's also no way to make the cockpit translucent or just leave the UI elements on the screen that are critical to play. To their credit, the developers have tried to remedy this by creating an auto-follow feature that is available to the player at lower difficulty levels. Basically how it works is, when the player holds down a button, whichever ship that they're currently targeting, the game tries to auto-follow it like it has a grappling hook. This is nice, but for veteran players it kind of feels like a cheat. It'd be a lot better if we could just get the cockpit out of the way. The other big problem with the game is the radar and the UI itself. The graphics are very blocky. They're trying to look like circa 1992 in an arcade style. But unfortunately, a lot of modern day space sim gamers are going to be accustomed to games like Elite Dangerous and cleaner, sleeker UIs. The game doesn't have to have a cockpit UI that looks like this. It can still look arcadey and colorful and fun. It just doesn't need to be quite as blocky. The radar could be bigger and more well-defined and higher resolution. That said, these really are minor gripes. The combat in the game is really well done. It's action-packed arcade style, and playing the game is just a whole lot of fun. When it comes to customization, few games do it as well as Rebel Galaxy Outlaw. The developers have embedded a lightweight Photoshop or GIMP program in the game itself. These tools are incredibly powerful. Some players may find them a bit daunting, but for those who actually have experience with Photoshop or GIMP, the possibilities are endless. I can imagine a whole host of really unique and excellent designs coming from this tool. I would be remiss if I didn't mention some of the mini-games in Rebel Galaxy Outlaw because they're some of the best in the business. For instance, the game contains a replica of the old Atari console game, Asteroids. There are other mini-games like dice and slot machines, but by far the best is the pool.
Pretty quiet around here.
How about a friendly little game?
I've got a nice piece of equipment in storage that I'll put up to sweeten the pot.
The pool is a great surprise and is amazingly well done. It's really fun, and it's a fantastic way to break up the action from the cockpit combat. It's definitely one of the better surprises in the game. So what's the verdict for Rebel Galaxy Outlaw? Well, it's a really good arcade-style space sim game. It sticks to the tried and true formula that Privateer set down in 1992. It copies that exactly. The dogfighting in the cockpit is the core of the game, and that's the part the game does really well. The mini-games are neat additions and a great break from the action, and the paint shop is a fantastic addition for customizing your ship. But the game never really strays too far away from the Privateer mold. The missions are the same, the galaxy map is built in the same style, and everything about it is done as sort of a loving homage to Privateer. It's just a lot of fun. That's the bottom line. If you're into dogfighting in space in kind of an arcade fashion and you don't need the hyper-realism of a game like Elite Dangerous, then Rebel Galaxy Outlaw is a really good choice and I highly recommend it. Rebel Galaxy Outlaw is available currently on the Epic Store. It'll be available on Steam in a year. I'm ColorsFade with SaverQuit.com. Be sure to click the link below for the full review, and thanks for watching.